Tucker Carlson is a really interesting and unique person. He's very interesting because he's not your typical conservative. He actually throws a lot of curveballs at you, okay? He comes at it with this sort of faux populist agenda economically and nationally, but then he's got like this very right-wing rhetoric under the key. Sometimes it's even, just straight up faking the supposed populism of economics nationally when he's really saying like we should deregulate like he did with Amazon. Now, he's somebody you got to be careful of. But I think when Tucker Carlson encounters someone like an AOC and Ocasio-Cortez, I think it's tough for him to find anything to really say. When it comes to somebody like, Hillary Clinton and Nancy Pelosi, it's real easy to hit it out of the park for a guy like Tucker Carlson. But when it comes to AOC, she's not the same as those kinds of people. And so it's tough to come up with something to say. Now, there's a little clip of Tucker Carlson saying that AOC is of privilege. Check it out.
Doesn't make sense as a person until you learn that she grew up as Sandy Ocasio in an affluent suburb of Westchester and then went on to get some silly, pointless degree at a silly, pointless private college. Of course she did. It's so obvious once you know it. Thank you, Wikipedia. She is a child of privilege. She's not some kid from the streets.
Now, this is really hilarious for a couple of reasons because there's just these contradictions going on here, really. I mean, one thing, it's like everybody was, really crappily, going after AOC saying, oh, she's just a bartender. She should make my drinks, which to me, like, that's a great thing that she was a bartender. I mean, first of all, she's pretty sure she has like a master's in economics. And that he would say private school, like, bruh, you're a Republican, like people like George W. Bush got into Yale and all these different private schools with C's and D's because, his dad was George H.W. Bush. Like, y'all are the ones who love private schools. How are you going to crap on private schools? Really, dude? You, Tucker Carlson, a Republican, is going to do that? It's hilarious to me. But how are you going to be like, oh, she's got an economics degree. She has this fake degree from private university. She's so privileged. And then on the other hand, be like, oh, she's just a bartender. She just makes drinks. You have to choose. That's the problem. You have to pick which one you're talking about here. Pick one. And this is the problem that I have with a lot of people who, the ones who are the idiots, who are just the straight neocons, it's like, oh, they're never going to get it right. So I don't get annoyed by that. The ones I get annoyed by are someone like a Tucker Carlson, or, for example, you may know a guy named Styx Hexenhammer here on YouTube. And he will, he's the type of guy who's like, oh, Hillary Clinton is an elitist, bro. She's so rich, corrupt, and all this stuff, so much money, and all this power. It's like, yeah, that's true. And then when AOC comes on the scene, someone who's part of the working class, who's also educated, and you're like, oh, she doesn't know how to, when she was like, oh, yeah, I don't have enough money to pay for 2 residencies in the 2 most expensive places in the world. Because when you work in Congress, you have 2 locations of working, right? Your home area where your constituency is, that being in New York, and then for her, and then you have to have a place in DC. They're like 2 most expensive places in the world, literally, for real estate, for any properties, right, any apartments and whatnot. And they're just like, oh yeah, you don't know how to handle your money. Like, dude, you have to choose one. You can't say that and then when there's a Hillary Clinton, you're like, oh, you're such an elitist. They can never make up their mind. I don't know what it is, but the contempt with which the Republicans have for people of the working class is pretty insane, especially when those are the same guys like, oh yeah, they say about somebody who's like a socialist, oh, you've never worked a day in your life. And then when they do work, they're a bartender. You're like, oh, you're just a bar. Like, bro, can you fucking choose? Can you choose? Can you stop doing this, like, monkey hopping bullshit? Can you choose what you're going to say? Because you just keep going everywhere. It's really annoying. Now, AOC says, I've lost track. Am I, quote, just a bartender who should go back to making drinks without health insurance? Or am I a secretly deceitful child of privilege? Because I'm an heiress of the Swanson frozen food empire. Oh, wait, sorry. That's Tucker Carlson. So yes, this is something a lot of people don't know, and I'm guessing a lot of you guys don't know. He's the heir, I guess, to the Swanson frozen food empire. And if you don't know what the Swanson food is, like, I think I've seen these. You go to, like, the frozen section of your grocery store. There'll be, like, these, nasty looking, like, TV dinners or whatever. Frozen dinners, like, this nasty stuff in there. It's a massive empire company, and he's the heir to it, apparently. And he's a millionaire who gets paid by billionaires to shill for billionaires is basically what he does. Okay, he's like he's a master propagandist though, so it's really hilarious. And so when Tucker Carlson has to go up against someone like an AOC, his brain fails to compute because you've got somebody who's an actual populist, who's actually economically populist, socially populist. And so you're in a situation where you're like, wait a second, what do I say? My typical, oh, Hillary Clinton's an elitist who doesn't care about working people. What do I respond to that with? It's just like a you can't compute type of situation. And it's really funny to watch. But I hope Republicans figure out what line of attack they're going to go with, because as of right now, they just keep flip-flopping.